Hello and welcome to Soccer Good Games. Just finished. West Ham United 1, Nottingham Forest 2. That was crap. Crap team by Potter, crap performance by West Ham, crap referee, crap VAR, crap season. One game to go. Thank God. Feel like I've just watched 2 games worth in one, to 115 minutes of football or something like that. And about 35 minutes of it was watching the referee try and referee a game which he was incapable of. And it wasn't even that difficult a game to referee until he made it difficult to referee. Anyway, welcome to Hamish Chat. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe for more fantastic content like this. That'd be much appreciated. And do drop a like on the video as well by clicking thumbs up. Don't know why I'm laughing, really. Not very funny, is it? But if you could drop a like on the video by clicking thumbs up, we can get 1,000 likes. That would be good. And something good will come of today. And you know what? Before I get into the game and I start moaning, because I didn't think I cared much, I was looking forward to today. It turns out I do care, because I found myself getting really wound up, especially in the second half. But before we get into it, I just want to say massive well done to Coufal and Creswell. Obviously Fabianski as well, but he didn't participate today. But I actually thought Creswell had a good game, and I thought Coufal was one of our better players today. Now, the standard, the bar wasn't set very high, but he turned up today. He was desperate to get a goal, but he wanted to go out on high on a personal note at the London Stadium, and I think he had a good game. So when I'm not going to go on and complain, I'm excluding Coufal and Creswell from that, because I thought they actually put the effort in today, and today meant something to them. And this game possibly sums up West Ham in this season, but it doesn't sum up their time at West Ham United. So well done to those two. Let's park that. Let's discuss the match. We nearly had a goal after the first 90 seconds. Great ball in by Coufal. Fantastic header by Thomas Souček. It was just an incredible save by Sells. Absolutely outstanding save by him. But it was very encouraging as a West Ham fan. Hello, we've already created an opportunity and could be 1-0 up. Then Nottingham Forest could have been 1-0 up, but it was a great save by Alphonse Areola this time. A long throw from Forest. Brilliant first touch by Gibbs-White. Just puts his laces through it. Just thinks, I'll just smash it. Usually it's not a bad technique when you're that close to goal, but fantastic save by Areola. So within a handful of minutes of the game starting, both keepers are pulling out worldies here. And then Areola goes and does the complete opposite. It's just the whole... the focus will be on Areola, but it's actually the entire move. It's just so lazy. It's just so lack of care or anything from West Ham. The way we just pass the ball backwards, back to Tebow, takes like 2 touches in 5 seconds. A sort of gentle back pass to Areola. It just invites Nottingham Forest on to press us, because the back passes are so slow and tedious. Forest think, hello, opportunity, let's press them. Back it goes, back it goes. By the time Areola gets it, he continues this laid back, don't care pass out from the back. Rodriguez asks for it. Areola gives it to him, doesn't notice Gibbs-White standing right there next to him. And in fairness, Gibbs-White does a little dummy off the ball. He heads to Tebow, and then just as Areola goes to kick it, he moves to Rodriguez. Gibbs-White set a trap. Areola fell for it. The ball got played out. Rodriguez stands there waiting for the ball to go to him. Gibbs-White nicks in, puts it into the back of an empty net. Good pressing game from Nottingham Forest, but just pathetic from us. And like I said, the focus will be on Areola, but the entire move is just so slow. Everything backwards and slow. Come on, Forest. We're just like, might as well paint the ball neon and say, hey, do you want this shiny, bright thing? Come get it. We're not that difficult. Get the ball off. Anyway, 1-0 down. That was it. When we went 1-0 down, I thought, well, that's game over. Now, it feeds into my pre-match prediction, which is I thought we'd lose 2-1. And I thought Forest would win. And when I've seen the team, I get why he's done it, because it won at Old Trafford. But to approach this game as the same as Man U away is just ridiculous. The mentality of both teams that we're facing is going to be completely opposite. We played a team who has one eye on the Europa League final last week, and we did all right and won. And then today, we play a team that must win to keep their Champions League hopes alive. We approached the game the complete same way, and this is what you get. This wasn't, ooh, unlucky, Potter, actually. You come up with something good. No. Fuck that. If he picked a team based purely on sentimentality, I would have understood it. I was all for that. If Fabianski was in goal, so fan credit, and it was a team that said, oh, I'm going to give these boys a send off. Okay. But he didn't. He picked his 11 to try and get 3 points. And I understand why he's done that. A win, we guaranteed finish above Spurs and Man U. The least we can finish is 15th, 6 million different compared to finishing 17th. I get it. That was what he thought was his strongest 11 out there today. Wrong team, wrong lineup, wrong formation. Not good enough, really. Anyway, halftime, I say soon came round. It dragged until halftime. I was bored. We were boring. I was bored. Nottingham Forest were good at being boring because it suited them 1-0 up. It was just a boring game. Then went in 1-0 at half-time. Come out. Eventually, it was 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. And let's discuss this for a second. Ball comes in. Good free kick. Hits Milenković in the back. Goes in. 6-minute VAR call. Now, I'm going to make it very clear right now. I'm going to slag the referee off big time. We did not lose because of the referee, okay? Because there's always someone that says, oh, stop blaming the referee for us losing. I'm not. But you can discuss the referee and think he impacted the game without thinking that's the reason we lost. We lost because we were crap, okay? We've done that now. The referee, though, was terrible. But this call wasn't the referee's call. This was VAR's call. Ball comes in. Dominguez is offside. So the question is, was he interfering in play? He's literally in flight of the ball. Does he touch it? No. The ball goes over his head, well, over his shoulder. I think it's very difficult to say he's not involved in play. Hits Milenković, goes in. Do you know something? I didn't care. Just give the goal. Let's just get on with it. This is boring. It's pathetic. This VAR stuff, it's ruining it. It's such a big goal as well for Forest, for Chelsea, for Aston Villa. And I don't think he should have stood. I think technically, I think he's offside. Because had that been a shot and it went in, I think if that doesn't hit Milenković, it goes directly into the goal. That gets disallowed because they say, oh, he's in the way of the goalkeeper. He wasn't. Does he touch the ball? No. But to suggest someone's not interfering when the ball goes past him and he has to duck to get out the way, that's a bit of a stretch. But honestly, just the VAR in this instance for me, they realised very, very quickly Dominguez is offside. Milenković is onside. So the goal scorer, he's on. But the guy who was possibly interfering was offside. Just send the referee to the monitor. Say, look, Dominguez is offside. Go have a look. If you think he's interfering, it's offside. If you don't think he's interfering, the goal stands. It's as simple as that. Oh, no, we wait 6 minutes while some other referee decides for that referee what to do. They're just both as bad as each other. I don't think the goal should have stood. But I don't really care. I was more pissed off with how long VAR was taking than it was about the actual goal. I'm just fed up with the VAR thing, stuff like that. It just really irritates me. Anyway, 2-0 Nottingham Forest. They deserve to be 2-0 up at this point, regardless of how they scored the goal. We did make it 2-1. Potter did some substitutions, 4 of them to be exact. Then we actually played all right. We actually had some nice passages of play. There were some nice balls happening. Paqueta was getting involved. Bowen was out in his best position. He was finally starting to impact the game. Can you believe this? Jarrod Bowen up front struggled. Really struggled. The only time I've seen him was when Murillo was kicking him or he was getting shoved into the post. That's the only time I've seen Bowen. Goes out onto the right side. And he looked good. Yeah, well, you might believe it. I might believe it. Potter, for some reason, is insisting in playing him as a striker. But anyway, Bowen goes into his best position. We then see the best version of Jarrod Bowen. He started to impact the game. Füllkrug was starting to link the play up a little bit. And we were doing all right once those subs were made. The team that essentially should have started was now on the pitch. We're playing some good football. We got a goal. Jarrod Bowen, and tell you what, one hell of a bloody goal it was as well. Bit of a half-decent cross from Paqueta. Not the best one in the world, because it's slightly overhit. Morata gets his head to it. Bowen reads it, drops off. Lovely little flick and fantastic volley into the back of the goal. Superb individual strike from Jarrod Bowen. And we'd go on to look okay in parts. Guilherme come on. Tell you what, I thought he looked quite bright. Some good link-up play with Füllkrug. Very unlucky not to score. Great block by Nottingham Forest defence. And we're going to finish 2-1, but not without time wasting. And do you know what? The biggest culprit for time wasting today was that ref. The referee was the biggest culprit. When he went over to book, I think it was Billy Reid and I thought his coach when they were shouting at the touchline, he literally just walked over so slowly. The yellow card, yellow, fucking hell. Then when all the melee happens, he walks down the pitch to pick the ball up and walks all the way back down the other end of the pitch to drop the ball, boot it and blow off for full time. That guy was the biggest culprit out there. I cannot stand that ref. I don't think I argue too much about referees on here. Usually I'm quite pro refs to some extent, but my word, he had an absolute shocker. And what happened at the end there with that scuffle of players, and here's the best thing about it, he booked Morata, Murillo and Alvarez. The one player he didn't book was Milenković, who was there. Him and Alvarez were the two big culprits. It started with Murillo and Paqueta, but it was very much Alvarez and Milenković that were really going at it. He didn't even book Milenković. The daft. That word, it's a mug. It's got the handles of C, put it like that, right? The daft didn't even book the guy that was mainly responsible for the melee at the end there. But all that came because of the referee's lack of control over the game. Complete wrong ref appointment today for a game of that importance to Nottingham Forest. But I'm not going to let that, while I've whinged about it, I'm not going to let that overshadow what it was from us today. I didn't think I cared. Turns out I do, because I'm riled up. I think the referee's played his part in that, though. I'll be honest with you. But my word, I can't wait for this season to finish. One more game now away to Ipswich. I don't really care. We went a goal down, and a couple of people that don't support West Ham text me, 13 minutes. I read it. I thought, I'm not even that bothered. Like, it genuinely didn't impact me at all. So I've got wound up at the end. But like I said, I think it was more the referee than anything. But listen, I will say, well done to Nottingham Forest. Both teams were at it. Both teams were having a go at each other. It wasn't just Forest players being aggressive towards West Ham players. West Ham players were being aggressive towards Nottingham Forest players. Both were at it. Huge win for them. Big win. And I hope they go and get Champions League football. I genuinely mean that. I hope it's Chelsea or Manchester City. Ideally Chelsea. But one of those two, I hope they miss out and Nottingham Forest get in there with Villa next weekend. Best of luck to them. But from us, it's just another game that... And there's too many of these. It's just another game that we can just go, well, that was crap, weren't it? Little idea. We looked better when he did the subs and played the team that he didn't want to play at the start, and that's never a good sign. It's just frustrating because I think everybody's seen it come in. When that lineup come out, it was like Ward-Prowse and Rodriguez in midfield. It worked at Old Trafford because they didn't care. They've now got Gibbs-White in there with them. Completely different thing altogether. Just terrible. Fuku made a difference. Bowen on the right made a difference. Things that I thought was obvious, but appears not. Otherwise, we would have started with it. And I think that's the most frustrating thing. And I feel sorry for the fans that went today. The fans, they couldn't even be bothered booing. And I completely understand. The stadium looked half empty before kickoff. And it's a shame, really, because, Creswell and Soufal deserve, and Fabianski deserve a big send-off. But they didn't get one. Not because of them, but because of what we've endured so far this season. And I feel sorry for those fans that went there today because that's what they've been served up. And that's what they've been served up for nearly the other 18 games this season at the London Stadium. Had one good performance throughout 90 minutes at home. And that was against Ipswich in October or something. Just not good enough. Individual players, like I said, I think Soufal was our best player. I thought he really tried today. And I think he possibly had more shots today than he's ever had in his time at West Ham. I was really willing him on to score. But too many players looked like they couldn't be arsed out there today. It was the end of the season, feet up on the beach kind of performance from us. But I wouldn't mind that if we turned up for the other 36 games of the season and there's nothing to play for, so they relax a little bit. I get it. It wouldn't bother me much. But this is what we've seen for the other 36 games of the season. We've seen this lackluster displays, this inadequate tactics from the manager. I don't know. That's why I didn't get carried away. I liked beating Man U, but I said after that game, do it against Nottingham Forest, then I'll pay attention. And we didn't. We turned up, we tried it, and we got beat. And it's just another reminder that actually you're possibly not looking forward to August or September coming back round. Anyway, I'm going to stop my moaning. I didn't think I was caring much about West Ham or this match, but I feel frustrated right now. And I think I'll tell you why, actually. I've come to my conclusion whilst ranting away to you. The reason I care, I think, is because Potter missed things that were obvious. Playing Bowen on the right-hand side was obvious. Starting Fulkrug was obvious. He's missed those. He's not done those things today. And we looked better with them on the pitch. It's no surprise to most West Ham fans. But yeah, I feel like it's possibly come as a surprise to him. He's going, oh, Bowen's better on the right than he is as a striker. Yeah, he is. And I think that's what's really frustrating me. I wouldn't mind losing to Nottingham Forest as long as we gave it our best shot. But I don't think we could give it our best shot. The minute he decided he was doing the team that played at Old Trafford last week, that was it. We could not give it our best shot. The players were there to pick from. He just didn't pick them. And the ones he did pick weren't in their best positions. And I think that's what's really irritated me today, actually. Well done, Nottingham Forest. Well done, Sufal. Well done, Creswell. Well done, Fabianski. And only one more game to go, thank fuck. Anyway, I'm off. Please drop a like on it by clicking thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. Oh, we've got a raffle. It finishes at 8 o'clock tonight. Bowen raffle. Links in the description below. Signed shirt, 2 signed programs if you fancy it. Good luck if you've entered already. Tomorrow's Monday, so I'll be live at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. tomorrow, Monday, 6 p.m. I'm live on this channel. Come join me. Let's have a chin wag.